Civil rebellion began in Bangladesh. The young Bangladeshis went against their political party's leadership as well as their government. They have categorized Awami League not as a political party anymore. They have categorized it as a criminal organization. A court in Bangladesh has already declared Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina as a traitor, and if she enters Bangladesh, she would be arrested and there is a death sentence pending against her. Hello my dear aspirants. Today we will be speaking about international relations for UPSC examination. Today we have a news coming from our neighbor Bangladesh, and whatever happens in Bangladesh, what is the impact upon India? So the news from Bangladesh is about a political party called as Awami League. Currently, Awami League would be celebrating its 77th anniversary. So the news centers around this particular news. So Awami League, which is a political party in Bangladesh, is celebrating its 77th anniversary. And what happens next is something that we'll have to focus upon. Awami League as a political party was established in 1949. However, the political party became very popular during 1971. What happened in 1971? The West Pakistan ended up attacking East Pakistan, and a popular leader from East Pakistan called Mujibur Rahman sought India's help. With the help of India and intervention of India, a new country called as Bangladesh was created out of East Pakistan. So since Mujibur Rahman had played such an important role in achieving the independence from West Pakistan, so ultimately Bangladesh ended up becoming a close ally of India, as well as Mujibur Rahman ended up becoming the first head of the state of Bangladesh. Let me try and explain this through the map here. This is Bangladesh here, this is India, and this is Pakistan. Prior to 1971, Bangladesh in fact was known as East Pakistan. So when the West Pakistan, prior to 1971, this was West Pakistan, when West Pakistan attacks East Pakistan, India's intervention was sought, and when India intervened, East Pakistan was converted into Bangladesh, today's Bangladesh, which is an independent country out of influence of Pakistan. So since India had helped Bangladesh achieve independence, Bangladesh has since been very close ally of India and has had a very frosty kind of a relationship with its former colleague, we can say, West Pakistan. However, in recent times, the situations in Bangladesh have escalated very quickly and very drastically as well. The daughter of Mujibur Rahman, the most popular leader of Awami League, was Sheikh Hasina. Now, Sheikh Hasina became such a popular leader that she ended up becoming the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, not for 5 years, not even for 10 years, but for 15 continuous years. Her stint as a Prime Minister started in 2009, and she was ousted from the power only in 2024, mid-2024. So 15 years of almost undisputed and continuous rule by a single Prime Minister. You can gauge the popularity of Sheikh Hasina. So Sheikh Hasina's domination ended in 2024. We'll understand that as well. Let us first understand a UPSC level question coming from this topic. There is a question with respect to the current controversy regarding the founding anniversary of Awami League in Bangladesh. What is it? Awami League was founded in 1949 and played a leading role in Bangladesh's liberation war of 1971. Bangladeshi authorities imposed heightened security measures ahead of party's anniversary due to fears of unrest and demonstrations. Awami League currently remains the ruling party in Bangladesh. So the answer to this question, you will get the clarity upon all the statements at the end of the video. We'll come back to this. Continuing further. So, as I said, there are 3 countries involved into this whole controversy. One is Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India. Pakistan will soon come into picture once again. Now, this was the year 2024. Out of nowhere, a civil rebellion began in Bangladesh. The young Bangladeshis went against their political party's leadership as well as their government and accused Sheikh Hasina of maladministration of Bangladesh. So the rebellion ultimately ousted the sitting Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, who has, by the way, fled to India. And India is a nation that has given shelter to Sheikh Hasina since then. Immediately after the deposition of Sheikh Hasina from Bangladesh, after fleeing, the Awami League lost power in Bangladesh. As a measure to fill the political vacuum that was created, Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel laureate, who was earlier known for his efforts in Grameen Bank, the micro credit association or institution of Bangladesh, he ended up becoming the leader of the interim government, who continued to hold the position for almost 1.5 years. So, under Muhammad Yunus, Bangladesh's foreign policy took a very dramatic turn. For example, Yunus made sure that Bangladesh's all-time ally, India, was isolated from Bangladesh's foreign policy. And in fact, he took Bangladesh very close to its former self, West Pakistan, or today only Pakistan. So Bangladesh ended up becoming very comfortable with Pakistan rather than India. This was a very, very massive shift that we observed during Yunus's period. So of course, concerns have been raised amongst the foreign policy makers in India as well as the Ministry of External Affairs as to how to counter the increasing influence of Pakistan in Bangladesh post 2024. So this is a genuine concern that India's establishment has today. All right. However, in February 2026, new elections were held to elect a Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Here comes a political party called as BNP, Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Now, Awami League and BNP have always been staunch enemies of each other. If Awami League was led by Sheikh Hasina, the most popular leader of Awami League, BNP was a political party that was led by Khalida Zia, another very popular leader of Bangladesh. So both women used to share power amongst themselves alternatively. For example, if Sheikh Hasina was the Prime Minister for 5 years, the people would choose Khalida Zia from BNP for another 5 years and again go back to Sheikh Hasina and again go back to Khalida Zia. So this is how Bangladesh's politics has evolved over time. However, Sheikh Hasina broke that phase of alternative politics by staying in power for 15 years, wherein there were a lot of allegations coming from BNP that the elections were rigged in favor of Awami League. Sheikh Hasina used her authoritarian power to curb the freedom of speech in Bangladesh, etc. So there are allegations were coming out from Bangladesh. The February 2026 election sprang a surprise by electing the BNP to power. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party comes back to power in February 2026. But by now, its most popular leader, Khalida Zia, had passed away. In fact, she had passed away a few months ago. So her son, who was in exile for almost 2 decades in US, Tariq Rahman, he comes back to Bangladesh, faces the election as the face of BNP and wins the election through a landslide margin by winning 209 seats out of 300 seats in Bangladesh. So this was more than 2/3 majority in Bangladesh. So this was a landslide victory for him. So Tariq Rahman becomes the new Prime Minister of Bangladesh in February 2026, leading a government of the BNP. He promised that inflation, which was a big problem in Bangladesh, would be curtailed, crime and security of Bangladesh would be ultimately overhauled so that people get relief as to what they were suffering through or under the Awami League government. Now, what is the controversy all about? Tariq Rahman's government now says there are intelligence reports that there could be rebellions, there could be chaos through the supporters of Awami League, the supporters of the political party of Awami League, whose most popular leader, Sheikh Hasina, who is currently in exile in India. they may be planning to create a massive security threat or a massive security problem during their 77th anniversary celebrations. Now, this is what the government of Bangladesh has to speak about this. So, what the government has done, it has issued a nationwide security alert. For example, it has put on rapid action force to oversee the 77th anniversary of Awami League. There have been intelligence warnings. For example, reports suggest that banned Awami League members may attempt to unauthorized processions or flag raising ceremonies. And there is always a risk of violence involved when people do assemble, when people do come together for some political reasons, and when it turns chaotic, of course, violence could be the end result. This is what the government fears right now. Interestingly, what the current BNP government has done is, they have categorized Awami League not as a political party anymore. They have categorized it as a criminal organization, almost equivalent to a mafia organization. So, Awami League today is no longer a political party represented or legally identified in Bangladesh. So, if you are a member of Awami League today in Bangladesh, you are almost certain to be arrested by the police forces, because it would be deemed that you are a member of a mafia organization and not just simply a political party. So this was a very surprising and a dramatic turn of events in Bangladesh's politics. Yeah. And also, the government of Tariq Rahman has systematically started attacking the supporters of Awami League. They want to break the morale of the supporters of Awami League. They have increased checks upon the supporters of Awami League. Arrests have been done, crackdowns have happened, etc. So this is an attempt by the government to systematically bring down the morale and the support of the Awami League and break the backbone of the political party called as Awami League. Underground activity, basically because it's a banned organization, the Awami League right now. So security agencies are actively monitoring virtual organization as well as covert local networks of Awami League members right now. So the current BNP government led by Tariq Rahman is watching every activity of the members of Awami League very, very closely, because they say this has to be done. The justification is this has to be done because it's a banned outfit right now in Bangladesh. However, Sheikh Hasina in a recent interview had quoted that this was an attempt, a full-fledged attempt by BNP to break Awami League's legacy in Bangladesh and to convert or to establish a monopoly of the BNP's political power in Bangladesh in the coming future. All right. Now, coming to the main aspect of this controversy, what is the impact of all this towards India or in India? Now, one hand, we observe that since 2024, Bangladesh, which was so comfortable for the last 15 years, now please understand, take a note that whenever the BNP government, Bangladesh Nationalist Party government has been in power in Bangladesh, they have always been pro-China, not pro-India. BNP has always been pro-China. Their foreign policy has been more pro-China, whereas Awami League political party, whenever it was in power, their policies have always been pro-India. So, for the 15 years that Sheikh Hasina of Awami League ruled, India had absolute comfort dealing with Bangladesh, because the government of India very well realized that Sheikh Hasina is a pro-Indian figure. So India would get a lot of concessions as well as a lot of political comfort dealing with them. However, since 2024, that comfort, political comfort, is completely missing. As first, when Muhammad Yunus came, he dramatically pumped up the political animosity with India by declaring that Bangladesh would almost cut off India's political influence into Bangladesh, and Bangladesh would go closer to China as well as Pakistan. So that was one thing. Second, in recent times, just a few days ago, we would see a political advisor to current Prime Minister Tariq Rahman, who had come to attend the IORA meeting. It's a regional organization. So he was invited to this meeting and he had landed in Delhi. This meeting was held in Delhi. He landed in Delhi. However, due to some technical reasons, he was questioned for almost 2 hours in the Delhi airport which triggered a diplomatic row with Bangladesh. The Prime Minister of Bangladesh had to personally intervene, and ultimately the political advisor in a heft left India very quickly. So this became a flashpoint in recent times regarding them. Recently also, Tariq Rahman's government has requested the government of India to extradite the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina back to Bangladesh, which India has clearly said it would not be doing this in the near future. So Indian government is unwilling to hand over Sheikh Hasina back to the Bangladeshi government. By the way, a court in Bangladesh has already declared Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina as a traitor, and if she enters Bangladesh, she would be arrested and there is a death sentence pending against her. So she would be hanged to death if she enters Bangladesh. So keeping this in mind, the government of India has proposed that it would be better for Sheikh Hasina to live here rather than go back to Bangladesh. So also another very important current affairs aspect that has been added in recent terms is when BJP won the West Bengal elections just a month or two ago, you could see immediately a lot of illegal immigrants started migrating back into Bangladesh. So now the Bangladesh's government has questioned the government of India's intentions as to why are they sending so many, or pushing, by the way, pushing so many illegal immigrants back into Bangladesh. This has again triggered a security problem between the security agencies of both India as well as Bangladesh, where Bangladesh says we do not wish to have all these people entering Bangladesh so easily. They say if you have to send them, you'll have to send them through a legal process in a documented manner. However, India says that's not in their hands. People are freely willing to leave India, and that's their concern. So this has been another flashpoint in the recent times involving India and Bangladesh. So since Yunus's time, we have seen Bangladesh directly courting controversy, directly getting into conflict with India regularly as well. Ultimately, economic interdependence. For India, Bangladesh is a very important country because Bangladesh connects India's mainland to its northeast India. Prior to the BNP government with Awami League as well as Sheikh Hasina, we had signed so many wonderful treaties whereby Kolkata could have been connected directly to Agartala via bus route passing through Bangladesh. So such wonderful treaties had been signed, friendship had been flourishing, etc. Now all those have come into question. What would be the economic relationship between India and Bangladesh? Only the future has to say. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what could be the consequences of India's dealing with Bangladesh in this controversy that has been taking place. Coming back to the question, we'll answer this question now. Awami League was founded in 1949 and played a leading role in Bangladesh's liberation war of 1971. Absolutely, we just now studied that this is absolutely true. The Bangladesh authorities imposed heightened security measures ahead of party's anniversary due to fears of unrest and demonstrations. Once again, this is also true. Awami League currently remains the ruling party in Bangladesh. We studied that currently the Bangladesh Nationalist Party rules over Bangladesh. So this point is wrong. Awami League has been banned as a political outfit in Bangladesh. So the correct answer here is A, 1 and 2 only. Okay, this was the controversy that was raging in Bangladesh and the implications that it will have in India. This could come in handy for UPSC's current affairs, whereby in the prelims there could be a direct question associated with India and Bangladesh relationship, or in GS or in mains you could take this as a part of GS-II, wherein international relations is a component. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.